Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy SonTj here to review Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 74. But this is not only me here. We have a certified Vegeta fan, not fanboy, because he's actually reasonable.
And what's good, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy Kendall.
Yeah, he's been a big part of the channel. If you've been following me for years, he is my dedicated, reasonable Vegeta fan. I always go to him when I feel like I'm going too far into trolling. He's also one of my best friends. So yeah, man, we're here to talk about Dragon Ball Super 74. We finally got the full chapter out with the official translations by Shonen Jump. And I want to get his perspective first. I'll tell him mine. Then we'll talk about the freaking receptions of Vegeta fans, just pure spoilers. And we'll talk about the repercussions. And we'll try to keep this video at least around 15 minutes because there's a lot to say.
Yep. Just to let you guys know, spoiler warning, we will be talking about the chapter in depth. So if you don't want to hear that, go read the chapter first. It's out for free on Viz. So go ahead, just read the chapter. It's really good. If you're a Vegeta fan, you're really going to love this chapter. All right, and first things first, let me clarify this. All you Vegeta fans, pump your brakes. It's a great chapter, but pump your brakes, please. I don't need y'all capping. I don't need y'all talking too much shit because we still got a couple more chapters to go.
It's not over yet.
Let's wait till we get to the end, please.
It's not over yet.
Please, let's just wait till we get to the end of the fight before we start popping off. At the end of the fight, then we can pop off. Let's wait. Let's just wait.
And pop off reasonably. Holy crap. I remember we can't curse too much.
All right. First things first, I just want to talk about the chapter as a whole. Like, if you're a Vegeta fan, you're going to love everything about this. Like, it really plays to all Vegeta's strengths. But at the same time, there's also, like, a humbleness about it because Vegeta, throughout the fight, is losing, pretty much. Like, when, first thing the chapter starts off, Granolah and Vegeta are talking about the Saiyans and like how fusion and stuff isn't going to work on him.
Well, it's also pretty much confirmed that Granolah is kind of like he's kind of knows the reasoning that Goku and Vegeta have nothing to do with Planet Cereal being destroyed at all, but he just doesn't care. Like he's just on a mission to take out the Saiyans. It's like pure Tuffle energy.
Yep. And then Vegeta says afterwards, all right, since I know you don't care, that means I don't need to hold back. As he proceeds to hold back his new form and go straight into Blue Evolution.
Yeah, and he starts doing this Piccolo Hellzone type thing where he's using like Hakai rocks. I don't think, like, even though Beerus gave him this earring saying that, you know, he's mastered Hakai, I'm assuming it's for his new form. But like Granolah even states that, so you're using like multiple rocks to make up for your lack of like Hakai. So Granolah does a Hakai too. It's weird. Some people online are arguing, is Granolah just destroying a rock or is he doing Hakai? But looking at the art style, it looks like Hakai. Like, I don't know if people are just mad because Granolah has Hakai and he doesn't have UI, but it's like, it looks just like Hakai. I remember when Beerus was displaying Hakai with his finger and Vegeta did Hakai. The next scene when Granolah had long hair, he destroyed a whole mountain just like it. So I'm assuming Granolah has Hakai.
Yeah. So Granolah proceeds to pop a giant rock behind Vegeta and Hakai /explosions it and then punches Vegeta straight in the gut. And then Vegeta goes flying back. And then they're starting this whole like chase scene where like Granolah is like shooting like energy blasts at Vegeta, and Vegeta is like dodging.
But there's one detail I want to add though, is that for some reason Granolah is not looking at Vegeta's vital points at all. Like he did that the entire time with Goku. So I'm wondering, like, what's the motive here? Is Granolah purposely trying to like hold back, or are these one of those scenes that Vegeta is just more tankier than Goku? Because like there's not one line of him saying like there's his vital point, or like if there's a vital point, it'll be Vegeta's left arm. Like that's like the biggest vital point on Vegeta. But like there's literally no dialogue of it, and that was like a whole dialogue throughout the entire Goku versus Granolah fight. So it's the only way he takes off the glasses, but we already know he has that ability. Like this entire fight, he's doing more punches and kicks instead of like weakness points.
He tried around 64 pounds.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like that's something I've been noticing. Is this something that they're purposely doing to make Vegeta look better, or is Granolah not trying to do that right now? Interesting stuff. But continue.
It's very possible that he only is targeting like the vital points, like he was targeting on Goku, because like Goku left himself more exposed, which is weird because when Goku was in the UI state, Granolah wasn't attempting to do the palm thrusting like and when he was going through the transformations, like when he was going through God in UI and Super Saiyan Blue in UI, he wasn't trying to a triground 64 pounds. He was doing the same thing that he was doing. So I think Granolah is kind of like saving like that move for like when it's a one shot, like a sniper, when he knows it's going to hit.
Well, it's also kind of interesting. Also, sorry you hear like every time I want to record, people are trying to mow grass, but pretty much it's like because Granolah said that he knew with the silver hair, he had to wait for the UI's accuracy to drop. That might be what was going on throughout the entire fight, because every time Goku first used UI, either in God or Blue, it seems like he was untouchable until a certain point. So it seems like that's what was going on, because here he's not using any of those on Vegeta. So it's like I feel like it's like a different thing, because Goku was untouchable when he was using God and Blue and God, while Vegeta, he just kind of tanking these hits, and he's not really trying to go for a kill shot with Vegeta. Like, I feel like he's taking it more personal because Vegeta's like crap talking, and Vegeta's also still kind of dodging Ki Blast. So it's just making me wonder, like, is Granolah like, does he have a time limit on his eye? Because if he was using his eye, he would have landed all these hits on Vegeta, because regular Vegeta in just Blue Evolution or whatnot shouldn't be better at dodging than Super Saiyan Blue Goku with UI. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny to say, because like at the beginning when they first meet, like Vegeta is literally saying like, if you can't use UI properly, then just dodge regularly.
Yes. So again, I know some people are going to say, well, UI is not perfect. I'm like, again, Goku already stated that if UI is not fully accurate, it's due to Goku's training. And he was abusing UI the entire time. But for Vegeta right here, it's like once because he says something to Oatmeal, and he asked Oatmeal to assist with his accuracy. But again, that doesn't really make any sense, because you have the cerulean eye. Like, why are you not using that? Like, did he use up his eye with his clone? Regardless, Oatmeal helps him, and he's able to land a hit on Vegeta. But Vegeta's able to like destroy it. I'm guessing he used Hakai, or he just broke the thing. Either way, broke energy. Yeah. But he goes flying out the.
Yeah. I'm assuming that it's Hakai, because they really like kind of like emphasize like the squeeze or whatever.
Yeah.
And usually like whenever it's like a destroying of the blast.
Oh yeah, it's the smoke that's there. Yeah, that's Hakai. Yeah, like, 'cause it looks just like the smoke where he destroys like rocks, which is kind of weird, but I guess it's the only way you can display in the manga.
Yeah, which is surprising, because when Beerus described Hakai, like before, it was literally taking like matter to zero. So, which I'm wondering why there's an explosion to begin with. But I don't know, maybe it's just things filling that space. But we're not going to get into
I think it's more of an art style thing, because I remember when Hakai was displayed earlier with Beerus in regular Zamasu, it was like sand. And also when Goku used Hakai against Fusamasu, it was like sand. So I guess I had to change the art style, because sand would look just kind of weird in like when you're destroying energy. But
this is the part where Vegeta fans, you guys are going to start like really loving this chapter, because at this point Granolah comes up to Vegeta, and then he's like, "There's no point in fighting anymore. I'm already stronger than you. This is a struggle. This struggle is pointless." And Vegeta says right here, where he says, "I admit at the moment your strength and technique surpass my own, but I'm still going to win." And we do not see the thumbs up, thank God.
He did do the classic, "because I'm Vegeta." the Prince of the Saiyan.
And then Granolah is confused, and then Vegeta, like, he pretty much is playing Granolah for a fool right now. Not really playing him for a fool, but he's like distracting them and getting inside of his head. He calls him Mr. Strongest. At this point, Goku wakes up.
Well, there's one thing I gotta say here is that, like, I know I crack jokes at Vegeta, which I will later on, but it's really interesting how this is like the perfect Vegeta you want in a fight, because it's been this weird, like, misbalance of, like, you get this type of Vegeta, which I'm hoping this doesn't end up being the fight, is that he's talking all this mad stuff, but then you learn later he can't back it up. Or you get a Vegeta who's like super mad disrespectful for no reason, and the story kind of like bullies him because of it. Vegeta is only disrespectful, if you notice, because he did what he did to Kakarot, and, you know, he's talking about the Saiyans and stuff like that. Even when he tried to explain to him that the Saiyan race has nothing to do with them, he's still talking crazy. And right now, as we've seen later on, Vegeta is backing up pretty much what he's been saying throughout these chapters, talking about, like, you know, like, I will be on par with Goku, or even surpassing Goku with a newer form, etc. Like, I felt like all he had was Blue Evolution in a weaker Hakai. But right now, with his personality, everything he's saying is valid. Yeah, it's confident, but it's valid. And that's something that Vegeta's been lacking. And also Goku, like, finally wakes up, and he's like, wondering where's Granolah, and he's surprised that Vegeta actually joined the fight.
Which is surprising that Goku would be surprised.
Oh, I guess it's because, like, I don't think Goku's not the type of person to just tell his friend that he's not, you know, he's not on his level. But all Goku knows is that he has Blue Evolution. And the fact that Granolah, despite if it was fair or not, was able to get the jump on perfected UI. Which, again, we'll still talk about it later, but I feel like it's just mostly because Goku was abusing UI the entire fight, and Granolah started to notice a few weaknesses later on. But also, one thing a lot of Power Scales have been talking about is that, because Vegeta goes into talking about how Granolah hasn't really trained and his instincts are not really there, but he had those instincts when he was fighting Goku. So it's just kind of, I feel like there's some limit to what Granolah is doing, because he's not doing the same things that he was doing against Goku. Like, he's not looking at vital points for Vegeta throughout this entire fight. And not to, like, you know, cut off your narrative, but I want to make sure we have enough time for full dialogue of the full chapter. But we see that Vegeta is able to finesse his way to get Granolah to attack a part of his city. And Vegeta's doing the major tactic of getting under Granolah's skin. Because this fight is a big parallel between Goku and Moro. And Vegeta and Granolah. Because when Goku figured out that Moro hasn't trained, he was trying to help him and tell him, like, hey man, you could get stronger if you did train. Vegeta, on the other hand, is demeaning him for not training. Like, just because you have those abilities. Because again, Goku also talked about, you know, just because you got UI here doesn't mean you're ready. He was actually, like, trying to save Moro. While here, Vegeta's telling Granolah that, no, player, you have these abilities, but you don't really have our battle instincts or whatnot. Similar to what he was talking about with Goku Black. But even when he's, like, getting smacked, like, really hard, he's got that, oh my god type face, he kept his cool. This is all good signs for Vegeta fans so far.
Yeah. So, what happens next is that Vegeta pretty much grabs Granolah's leg when he tries to kick him, and then he, like, gives him a mean elbow trying to, like, break his leg. Then Granolah basically kicks him off, and then Vegeta is basically listening to Granolah talk shit, saying, look, like, I'm the strongest, so that means I'm going to win. And Vegeta says, hey, just because you're the strongest, that don't mean a thing in battle. And he says, that's what I love about fighting. So Granolah starts hitting Vegeta with a rush of punches, and Vegeta is saying, oh yeah, the thing about being the strongest, that's just a moment in history. I'm already getting stronger than I was a few minutes ago. So that doesn't mean anything. Once the moment has passed by, it's nothing but history. So Granolah gets really irritated and goes for, like, a pressure point strike.
Yes, like, this is his first time doing it. So it's like, was he just messing around the entire time? Because he even states, good enough reason for me to finish you off. And that's, like, the actual stance he was doing with both God UI Goku and Blue UI Goku. So I'm just like, And was he taking Goku more seriously? Granted, that was a clone saving his strength or whatever, but it's like, it's interesting because you could say that full power Granolah was holding back against Blue Evolution Vegeta, but you could also say like that was half strength Granolah going all out against God Goku and Blue Goku, and the dude didn't stand a chance against Perfected UI. So it's interesting. And he also had to go for the kill shot against UI because he says how much of a danger he was, and he saw with the other forms, he had his UI accuracy died down. It's interesting stuff. Like, it's a good way to save Vegeta if he ends up losing this fight or he wins it. It's also a good way to save Goku, even though Vegeta fans are not going to care about this, this statement here. But it's interesting stuff because he did not go for the kill shot throughout this entire fight until this point.
Yeah, so Granolah goes for the kill shot, and Vegeta like stops the arm just barely enough for him basically not to get knocked out, but he does get knocked out of Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, and he like coughs up blood, and Granolah is like smirking, thinking that he's won. And then Vegeta pulls the Kid Buu moment where he's like laughing as he's like irritated. He pulls out that, "Oh, my Saiyan blood is boiling. I'm so happy to be in a place where there's nobody I have to fight, like nobody I have to protect, no planet I have to save, just I get to fight." And then Granolah gets shocked by seeing like this amazingly drawn panel. I don't know who drew this panel, but this panel was drawn so amazing.
Well, most likely Toritaro, because like this is he is the mangaka, like. But yeah. Also, like, it's interesting because we see Goku, right? And he's talking about like, oh, that's Vegeta's chi. Vegeta's chi has changed. It's like, well, it's ki in like whatever. It's ki or chi, whatever works. And he's saying it's God ki, but it's not just any old God ki. So he's pretty much saying that his ki has changed to like Beerus's ki, which is interesting because Goku's looking, but he's not looking like, oh my God, this is like the strongest thing ever. He's like, holy crap, his ki has changed to someone else's. And actually, Granolah tries to do a Trunks thing by attacking him while he's in mid-transformation. But I think it's Vegeta's Hakai energy. Again, we don't even know the name of this form. But he's like, Granolah's like, wait, what now? Like, his ki is not breaking through the aura. And then we see the page that's been spoiled for like 4 days now. And like also by me, you know how to get my YouTube ad revenue. We see Vegeta's form with no eyebrows. His hair's got like a extra shading. We're all hoping for like purplish shading. He also got like a mullet going on. And yeah, he pretty much says that God Destruction taught me this. This power is derived solely from instinct. It's unbounded. So it's interesting. This is interesting. He also uses the term instinct. And while Beerus was training Vegeta, he says that you need to think about destroying things as like a natural instinct. So with Goku's Ultra Instinct, it's about not using his mind and moving and countering with pure instinct. So Vegeta, I don't know, well, I guess it is also without using his mind, but just thinking surely about destroying things. So is this going to have like a similar name, like Destroyer Instinct? I don't know, because I think it'll be a long-ass name, just say his God Destruction form. In Topo, in the anime, it was called the Destroyer form. So yes, this is a fantastic chapter. Tell me what you think about it as a Vegeta fan.
Yeah. The one thing that I like about it as well is just like, one thing that I like that I noticed that Toyotaro is bringing back the point where they get fully healed when they go into like a godly transformation.
True.
Like to bring back like the healing factor, because previously in the panel before, you see Vegeta was battle scarred and like battle damaged, but as soon as he transforms, it's like he's back fresh again. Like you still see like the hole in the armor, but like his facial expression looks like he's just fresh.
Yeah, it's like perfected Ultra Instinct too, because later on, because in the fight against Granolah, he was also fully healed. And it also, do you think like at one panel it looked like it, but that may have just been an art style. But it looks like it made Vegeta's face kind of skinnier. Like everything else is kind of buff, but his face, I don't know. Like like they love, like at least Toritaro, he loves making these forms look skinnier.
Yeah, I know the panel in question that most people are talking about, but I think that was just kind of like an exhale, like Moonlight. I think it was just like a lot of detail on that face. I don't think like he actually gets skinnier, because if you actually look at the page, he actually looks like he gets buffer.
Well,
Like when you actually look at the transformation, like all of his muscles are like extra cut, like you can see.
being cut is also a part of getting skinnier. Like, because I remember when he drew Super Saiyan God Vegeta, he was like cut as hell, but he was kind of small. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like it. Like he looks like if anything, he doesn't look like he got skinnier, especially in the other panels that you see. Like when you see like the full like transformation, and then you see another front view of the face as well, and he doesn't have those lines. So I think that was just an artistic choice, maybe showing like an exhale or something.
Well, let's get to the meaty greedy, especially on this channel. As a Vegeta fan, and again, like even though he's reasonable, he is very biased towards Vegeta. Do you think Vegeta is about to like stomp Granolah? And you think this chapter, as itself, already proven that Vegeta is stronger than both like I don't know perfected UI? And do you also think this like throws away the every narrative of like Vegeta being stronger than Beerus? Broly being probably stronger than Beerus, Jiren. Do you think this just kind of throws it all out the window? Because this automatically proves that he's like on par with UI, proving that Beerus is stronger, blah, blah, blah.
See, here's the thing about it. Like, I can't really say anything off of this chapter alone. The reason being is because there's a lot of stuff that's showing it going in a good direction, but the Dragon Ball manga can change narratives at any point in time. Like, and the thing that they're showing like right now, they're showing Vegeta in the next chapter is going to get some good shit in this form. Whether or not he's going to win like flat out, I can't really say for certain. I can't also call whether or not this form is stronger than Goku in his perfected UI, is because we haven't seen any feats yet. The only thing that we've seen is Granolah getting scared of the transformation. But even then, Kid Buu was scared of Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, not even Super Saiyan 2, scared of a base form.
Yes!
When he was coming after him, and Kid Buu was even scared of that.
Well, the difference is though, like Vegeta. Let's be fair, he has like a whole new form, and in that fight, he was still, just angry, or he like, I don't know. Like, I want to give fairness because I don't want to be my full bias here, but let's be fair there.
Mm-hmm. So I can't really say for certain. All I know is that this chapter was a real love letter to Vegeta fans because it gives you everything that you want from a Vegeta fan. You get Vegeta being smart. You get him like trying to outsmart his opponent. We see him being able to like tank hits and everything, get back up and keep fighting, which is something we get to see him being cocky and then having something to actually like
back it up. like there was so many times, like especially in Moro, when Moro got Moro 7-3, Vegeta's like, well, you still can't beat me though. Like, I'm just like, okay, Vegeta, if you just had a little more humility. But me personally, despite me being a YouTuber and literally having to deal with so many unnecessary comments, even when I'm being some really mad supportive, it's like I still get comments saying I ain't crap, I'm a Goku fanboy. I'm like, what does this have to even do about me? Like, I'm talking about the form. I really think this chapter is a 10 out of 10, like especially when you're like a pure Vegeta fan, because it doesn't do the Vegeta thumbs up where he's like, yes, I am the Prince of Saiyans. The dialogue really reminds me of some like old Dove Vegeta lines talking about the blood of the Saiyans, the battle race, and all that type of thing. The only thing I see that I feel like is a red herring is that Granolah didn't feel like, it seems like with every Dragon Ball villain, I feel like they're not taking Vegeta all the way that seriously. Because he's not using his eye to attack his vital points. He only decided to do it at the very end of the chapter. And like, because like every time he uses a vital point, Goku and Vegeta lose their form. You know what I mean? And he only did it one time here. Granolah is shocked because he doesn't know what's going on. I don't really think that Vegeta surpasses power. The only thing you can kind of say is that like his ki blast didn't work on Destruction Aura, which I will really hope so, because that's the whole point of Destruction Aura. And again, we gotta.
One thing that we have to remember too is that with God Ki, regular mortals can't sense how strong God Ki is.
Yeah,
Like,
we haven't gotten any confirmation that Granolah can sense energy. He just knows his like hair changes.
yeah, so at this point, Granolah doesn't really know how strong Vegeta has gotten if we're going by that mindset. So that's one thing. And the fact that he's transformed in front of him to this point and like his blasts weren't penetrating the aura also gives him kind of like that feel where he's like, hold on, bro, like, look like the shit that I was doing before.
Yeah, the other nigga just dodges and he freezes me in time. What the f are you doing? like he throws me in place, dodging and countering, and now my key blast can't work on this guy. Like, okay, this is weird, but I think we'll know once Granolah actually takes the little thing off his eye and he actually starts talking about weaknesses and stuff, because I don't know, it's really interesting here.
The next manga chapter, I really want to go into it without looking at spoilers because I really want to see where this next chapter goes. Like, I don't want to get the end result of the fight spoiled.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I know it's going to happen. But I really just want to see like the actual. I feel as though if I didn't know that this new form was like coming like off of spoilers, I would have had like such a different reaction.
Well, it's also the same thing with the whole Goku Granolah fight, because I was literally, the only thing I knew was that somehow, some way, Perfect the UI lost. But the entire fight, though, it was really cool seeing like Goku utilize like blue into UI, and seeing that when Goku used Perfect the UI, he completely dominated half of Granolah's power with like no effort, and he only got took down because Granolah teleported faster than instant transmission. Like ability faster than that, it hit him right when he was talking to Vegeta. And people were saying like, it's impossible to let him let his guard down. Like, yeah, when someone's moving faster at that one point when he had his guard down, like, regardless, like, with full context, it makes sense. With this fight, with full context, you can kind of tell Granolah, even though he was getting mad that Vegeta was doing certain tactics, he only decided to take it seriously, and he knocked Vegeta out of Blue Evolution instantly, and then Vegeta go into Hakai. Like, this doesn't really prove anything for this whole narrative that Vegeta is completely above UI. Like, again, I love the form. I love what this means for Vegeta. This chapter was really great for Vegeta, but like, why are there so much grown men? You saw the comment. This dude looked like he's damn near 50. Why is there so many grown men ready on the hunt? This is a fictional character. Like, guys, listen. Like, to get my crap off, why are y'all guys so ready to give this nigga the crown? Like, I love the chapter. Vegeta fans love the chapter. We all love it. But why are y'all so ready? Like, again, I know Vegeta used to be obsessed with being better than Goku. Hell, maybe he still is a little bit. But not every single moment or power-up deserves this level of toxicity. You guys want this guy to beat the main villain, right? Just don't pop off as soon as he gets a moment to be slightly above a villain in a fight. Guess what? That happens in every fight. You have the hero who's slightly above the villain, then the villain overcomes. It just Vegeta doesn't have that moment where he overcomes again. Like I remember in Battle Guys when it first came out, every Vegeta fan was just hyped that he just slightly surpassed Goku for like a minute in Resurrection F.
It says in this chapter, like, titles are the strongest, second strongest. That's just a moment in time. Like, it doesn't mean shit the next moment. Like, I could be stronger than Goku next.
Yeah, take his own advice. But the thing is, every Vegeta moment, from the Resurrection F moment, because I remember in Resurrection F, Goku lost to Frieza because he let his guard down, but guess what? He still beat Frieza. But everyone focused on Vegeta beating a weakened Golden Frieza. Is this like role reversal? Because some people are saying, like, bro, UI Goku only beat down like a weaker Granolah. Like, well, use that same logic for Vegeta. When he beat down Golden Frieza, you cannot say, well, if he fought full power Golden Frieza, he would have dominated too. I'll just say, can we be some type of consistency? Like, if you're going to have context for Vegeta, have context for Goku. That's all I'm asking. Like, even when Vegeta beat down Goku Black, I also used the context that Goku Black got a power right after. I still gave Vegeta his credit. Like, I get it. People are trying to say that, you know, well, if he beats down full power Granolah, that automatically means he's stronger than Perfected UI. Hell to the no! That doesn't make it. Do we know the full context of how Goku lost to Granolah? He let his guard down. I don't give a crap if you're going by the logic where that goes against Perfected UI. No.
Relax.
Look, all I'm saying is that In context, both of these characters look really powerful right now. In full context. And
again, like Vegeta even states, like it doesn't matter who's the strongest at one point. Like that doesn't mean that they're the strongest person is going to win.
Exactly.
Like,
this really goes into like just having a higher power level, like that goes with also Golden Frieza and everything. Doesn't mean that you're all overall going to win. Like, because Golden Frieza was stronger than both Goku and Vegeta at a certain point, but they outlasted them in their fight. Well, not really Vegeta. He beat him down when he was already weakened. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. So at this point, it's kind of like, and then we also have to think about like certain things, like certain characters are more like experienced. Well, not experienced, are better suited for fighting different opponents. Like the reason Vegeta won against Moro is because he had techniques that were better suited to fight.
Oh yeah, legit. Like because UI Sign Goku was actually stronger than Blue Evolution Vegeta in that fight, but using those spiritual abilities gave him like the ultimate counter to Moro.
Like even back in the Frieza saga, Guldo was the weakest member of the Ginyu Force, but his time stop ability was so strong that he was able to 2v1 two people who were stronger than him.
Also, to give full context, I know Goku said that Vegeta like surpassed him in that moment, but I'm talking about in terms of the actual feats of the fight. Like Goku and UI Sign was actually like going blow for blow with full power base Moro. He was just losing, while Vegeta on the other hand wasn't doing any damage to full power Moro, but more than noticed that he was weakening through every hit he was taking.
Yep. And another thing can also be said about like this Granolah fight as well. Vegeta may be better suited to fighting Granolah because Vegeta, I would hope in this, wouldn't let his guard down, because we see Granolah going for the same strike that took out Goku, and Vegeta was able to actually like block it some form of way.
What?
Whereas Goku had let his guard down for an instantaneous moment, and that was enough for Granolah to take advantage of it. So I will hope that they're trying to like draw like a parallel, saying like Vegeta isn't letting his guard down, he's actually getting Granolah to let his guard down.
It's weird because even before Super, it was more like Vegeta was the one who let his guard down, but we're going by Super's narrative. So yeah, like I think that's where they're probably going for. I don't know, it's weird. I just feel like, how would you feel? Like, let's just think about a what if scenario. How would you feel if Vegeta in this new destroyer form just outright beats Granolah? How would you feel about it? What do you think that would mean for perfected UI, the whole Beerus versus Whis thing? Because people are forgetting that Whis keeps one-shotting Beerus. Like, people keep forgetting that every time Beerus fights an angel who's like a full-fledged angel, and Champa did the same thing against Vados, they just chop him in the neck and it's done. Like, there's no competition there.
Mm-hmm. So, if Vegeta just straight out, like Granolah's like fighting at full power and Vegeta just like straight beats Granolah at full power, then I can say that I don't think that is necessarily the technique or anything. I don't think that it's like Hakaishin versus Angel. I think that at that point, I think Vegeta was just straight up either better suited to fighting Granolah, where he took advantage of like his emotional weak spots, and then was able to get the win there. But if it's like a straight like Granolah isn't hindered in any form of way, and Vegeta just beats him straight out, then Vegeta is stronger than UI. I'm sorry, like at that
like
point,
UI Goku.
UI Goku, yes, UI Goku. Let me clarify that. If this Vegeta beats Granolah to the point where like it's uncontested that you can't even say like Vegeta took advantage of like Granolah's mental state to beat him, then I don't think that it can be like really called into question that at this point in time, Vegeta in this form will be stronger than Goku and UI, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this Vegeta could beat Goku and UI.
Also, do you think that would just kind of confirm that all those lines about certain people being stronger than Beerus will be thrown out the window because Beerus is stronger than this Vegeta?
It's so crazy because, like, I don't know how, like, power scaling in Super is so...
No, I feel like they just, like, again, bro, they just be...
just throw this shit out.
Bro, they literally throw out years of lines for cool stuff, bro. Like,
power scaling out the window. If the motherfucking writers say that Beerus is the strongest character, then fuck it. Beerus is the strongest.
Well, the only ones we know are definitely 100% confirmed is the Angels, the Grand Prix, and Xeno.
Yeah, of course. I'm considering the.
Well,
Angels.
actually, maybe he's stronger than Angels now. Who cares? Like,
I'm considering like the Angels, like the actual Angels, not like Mirror's Angel in training. I'm considering like the Angels, like just a tier above. Period. Like at this point, like the Angels are kind of in like Xeno are like the Mary Sues and Mary Stews of the universe, where they're just like, oh, we're just here just because there needs to be some omnipotent force in here that nobody can fuck with regardless. So
here's the thing I gotta say here is that my only thing I have to say is like perfected UI Goku has lost a couple times in certain situations, either where his stamina ran out or his accuracy went down or he just fought someone just blatantly stronger. When he fought Whis, it was like a quick one shot because Whis is like the top tier of perfected UI. He lost to Granolah because he literally was looking at Vegeta to figure out what's going on, and Granolah used the ability faster than instant transmission and took him out of his form and used a vital point. While Vegeta, he's lost to Beerus, we already know multiple times, and Beerus is stronger. So if we're talking about the people that Goku's fought, like Whis is the top of the top, and we all know Granolah is not strong as Whis, at least right now anyway. And he's been beaten down by Beerus multiple times. So we all know that it's somewhat comparable here between Granolah, Beerus, and these levels. Like, well, Whis is the top of the top. So if we're doing this, they're all comparable at the end of the day. Well, if Vegeta's able to beat Granolah clean, I would admit that now I'm going to just say Beerus post training or whatever, but because like literally they've been that's just ignoring years of evidence of literally Toei, Dragon Ball Super movies all saying certain characters are on par or stronger than Beerus. But I guess if we're just ignoring all those things just because of a cool moment, then yes, I'll admit that Vegeta and Beerus are stronger than perfected UI and Moro and all those people. But if
we have to see the next chapter, we have to see the next couple.
This man had to beat me to the punch.
Like we got to see these next couple chapters, please, Vegeta fans.
Listen.
Please.
I'm letting you know before
they gonna motherfucker write that this nigga lose.
Listen. I'm telling you before this video ends, I'm gonna let you know. For all you niggas that came for me, I'm telling you, if Vegeta loses this fight, or if he loses in a way that validates my point of view, because this chapter validates your point of view, since if you've been rocking with Beerus since Battle of Gods, you've been looking for anything to validate Beerus the strongest, right? Kind of like Saitama fanboys. But if the story somehow comes back to my favor of the whole Jiren is stronger than Beerus, people are stronger than Beerus thing, and this is like overhyped, I'm telling you right now, I'm coming for your neck! Everyone who attacked me, I am not holding back. I am going for classic rants. So listen here. I am praying that Vegeta does something cool. I don't know if he's gonna win, but if he does something really cool, we get a cool name, everything is cool, I'm not coming at you. But if I swear, if Vegeta somehow F's this up in a similar way that Goku let his guard down or whatnot, I am coming for every single one of you. And mind you, I'm the boss of this channel. If you have something to say, be respectful, crack some jokes. But if you disrespect me for no reason, even when I'm supporting Vegeta, you're getting blocked. I am the dictator here.
The one thing, here's the main prediction that I have for the next couple chapters. This Vegeta versus Granolah fight is going to be interrupted by gas in the heater.
It has to be. It has to be. Like, they have to protect Granolah. Like, literally, this is his arc. Like, yeah, he could probably, lose the moral fight. Like, the moral, not Moro. But, he needs to be protected. They've been protecting Gas this entire time. Like, it needs to be a final showdown.
Because where I see this is headed is that Vegeta right now is hinting at this. This is where I think that the story is going. So we see that Vegeta's like, all right, you've gotten all this power and strong, but you don't know how to use it. You haven't trained, and that's going to be your downfall. And then we're going to have Gas come in, somebody who's experienced at fighting, and they're going to wish him to be the strongest. And then you're going to have this character who is the strongest, but also doesn't have the weakness that Granolah has, where he hasn't trained and he's not experienced fighting. And this one will have no morals, no revenge plot to go on. This one will be like a strict fighter, and that's where I think that this story is going to go. At least that's my prediction.
I had to say this. Perfected UI needs his redemption. We all know this. Like, there's a reason why they wrote it to lose in that way. It needs that redemption. It's like the most iconic form in Dragon Ball Super. It needs that. Vegeta needs this transformation to be on the same level as Perfected UI. Because Blue Evolution, at least in the moral arc, was on par with UI Sign, at least in terms of like narrative anyway. Because it's mostly like comparable to Blue Kaioken, but they kind of changed it to UI Sign. And yeah, this needs to happen. Like Goku needs to get his rematch against Granolah and embarrass him, because he embarrassed half of his power. So like, we'll see what happens if he actually fought full power Granolah. And Vegeta needs to have his cool moments, man. Will he beat the final villain? Whoever the final villain is, because Granolah is not the final villain. He's what I'm thinking. I highly doubt it, but I definitely think he's going to get some really cool moments off. Like, we might see Hakai Final Flash or something like that. But yeah, man, overall, final thoughts. I'll get this chapter a tad into, despite you Vegeta fans really bringing the toxic nigga out of me, really bringing it out. Still love this chapter. Love Vegeta regardless. I wouldn't mind a Hakai Vegeta, or whatever they call his form, like a figure of it somewhere in my apartment. Tell me.
So this is coming out as a figure. I'm pre-ordering this one.
Oh yeah, we all know you are. But yeah, what's your final ranking of this chapter out of 10?
Man, I'm a Vegeta fan. I give this an 11 out of 10. You know, I loved everything about this chapter. But please, for the love of God, just keep the cap.
Bro, but Kendall was watching me like put these comments on Twitter. He know how I am, because he was really surprised. Oh, wait a minute. He's been really supportive. He's actually genuinely happy for Vegeta. But he knew as soon as these fans start coming at me, they're just ruining it for me, because that's what happened with One Punch Man. That's what happened with so many other franchises. These uppity ass fans just bring the toxic out of me.
I'm just sitting here looking like, please, just stop, just stop. You guys are ruining it.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Just like, please. Look like they can change this narrative.
Legit! This nigga could go from like, and that's why you don't know how to trade. And Granola's like, well, actually, the wish gave me the greatest mind of the fighter. And he starts breaking them down. Like, this happens so much to Vegeta. What's up with y'all guys? Stockholm Syndrome. Relax!
Yeah, because I don't want to see Vegeta doing the motherfucking Vegeta face.
Yeah, the shock face.
Yeah, I don't want to see that face in this form. In this form,
it'll look so ugly.
I only want to see badassness in this face. I don't want to see the face that Vegeta always does.
Also,
I don't want to see that face. I want to see this motherfucker smiling every single one.
One thing I gotta say here, and we'll cut the video like down, because I think we're almost at, I don't know, because I'm recording through OBS. But Vegeta's
we're at like 40 minutes, G.
Oh, we are?
Yup.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You got your podcast coming out for this chapter.
Vegeta's new form is very similar to like a fusion of Super Saiyan 3 and like UI side. It's like every single form that Vegeta fans wanted is like a fusion of.
It looks amazing. I just want to see to be honest, I want to see this transformation animated. Dragon Ball Heroes, I'm gonna need y'all to make this happen. So.
Wow, not Dragon Ball Heroes, but like, yeah, we need to hear his theme, because I was trying to compare what would Ultra Instinct and Vegeta, like which form is better, but people say it's unfair because Goku's is animated and he has a theme song. Well, he has like 2 theme songs, but we'll see, man. So yeah, this was a great video. I guess it's just going to be long. We try to get to 15, but is what happens when you just got, great friends talking for too long. I don't know. Like, hopefully y'all watch this entire thing. Hopefully it's entertaining enough. I didn't do any of my YouTube gimmicks, in between, in the middle of the video. Like the video, subscribe, or anything like that. I think I'll have my pop-ups here and there. But hope you guys enjoyed this. I hopefully should release this either today or something like that. At the end of the day, guys, this is all anime and manga. The biggest thing, just for anyone watching this, make sure you're living your life to be happy, enjoy things. Don't spend it, being angry or bitter. Just try out there, be the best person you can be, help people, try to do the things you want to do, and just overall, be safe out there. So yeah, SonTj, peace. Love you all.
Thanks, guys. Peace out.